This is Karen Ranzi of Super Healthy Children. I'd like to speak with you on how allergies can develop, and I'm going to give you 3 of the ways that I believe allergies develop right from the start. One way is that very often parents feel that they need to feed their child early in the first year to get them acclimated to solid foods already. And each child develops on their own schedule. And so instead of, starting to feed your child at 4, 5, 6 months or even 8 months, look at your own child's development. Does your child have a full set of teeth to chew the food? Or is your child just going to be gulping and swallowing? So if a child is not ready to eat yet, the child should only be having mother's milk. Because if the child is fed before the child is really ready to digest, then the child could develop allergies to whatever food is given. Some children are not ready to eat until into the 2nd year. So it's not always that at 4, 5, 6 months to a year that a child is ready. So we really want to look at, is the child just putting the foot in the mouth because the child is exploring, and same with food, putting food in the mouth out of curiosity, or is the child really ready to digest that food? And so looking at the child's teeth, and also if the child is really highly motivated to chew with you. Chewing is really important, as that is where digestion begins, in the mouth. So if the child is chewing with you and has teeth, those are 2 ways that we know the child is ready to eat, and then we can avoid those allergies. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that many parents who want to feed their children naturally and healthfully and are focused on breastfeeding, they also feel that their child could have some nut and seed milks in the first year. And there are some countries, such as Germany, where I've read that they have been successful with using almond milk, and some even claim that they can use nut milks in place of mother's milk. I caution against this. Mother's milk is the food for human babies in that first year and beyond. And I'm not going to talk about child-led weaning here, which is what I believe in. That's for another video. But I do want to talk about the nuts and the seeds. Nuts and seeds have a complicated digestion. And whole nuts and seeds that are soaked should not be fed to our children until at least age 3. Now, the first year, as I said, it should be mother's milk. If into the 2nd year, it seems that the child wants more and is already eating some solid foods, and you want to try to give some nut or seed milk to the child, because it's diluted, it's going to be easier to digest. And if the child doesn't have any reactions to it, such as indigestion, diarrhea, rash, fussy behavior, these are all typical kinds of reactions that show indigestion, then possibly during that 2nd year you could have some nut or seed milks. But so I have seen allergies in children who were given nuts and seeds too early, and then they develop allergies to them. So I would be aware as to what your child is ready to take in. You can try, but be a good observer, and certainly not in that first year of life. The 3rd is starches, okay? Complex carbohydrates. We should not be feeding complex starches to children under 3 to 4 years of age. All right? Complex starches also have a more complex digestion. Young children under 3 to 4 years old do not have the salivary enzyme ptyalin or the pancreatic enzymes to digest complex starches. So better off to avoid them rather than to create allergies. And those are 3 ways that allergies can develop. There are others, but those are 3 that I wanted to give you today. Thank you.